good morning, good afternoon, or wherever you're at in the world. You could even be good evening. It's really not that fascinating. So, I'm starting a new channel here on YouTube, and I've had, one in the past, and I wasn't really satisfied with where it was going. I was producing a lot of content that was not to my own professional levels that I want to be at. So I'm going to start over, and I could continue on that channel, sure, but I kind of want to just reset everything. So here we go. I have a new channel, and this is going to be kind of my introductory video. So if you're here and you're watching this first video, you're probably going to fit into two categories. A, you're, I don't know, looking back at my oldest video and saying, well, what happened to this guy? Where did he start? And B, I don't know. What is this guy's deal? So, why is he producing content on YouTube? Who is he? And this is going to be a video to kind of try and explain that and the purpose of this channel and everything else. So, thanks for sticking around if you've made it this far, because that introduction was a big pile of garbage, which is probably going to be what this channel is filled with a lot of. So, right now, you're probably watching a video of Binding of Isaac. I had I was just kind of messing around. I was recording this, but I didn't record any commentary. But I kind of enjoyed the run. It's just a brand new file on Isaac, so that's what's going to be in the background. So that should be kind of an example of what's going to be here on the channel. I'm going to have probably gameplay videos, maybe vlogs. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to produce, but I do know that I am going to have the freedom to kind of say and do whatever I want. So, moving on, the reason that I'm creating this channel and getting rid of my old one, I'm not getting rid of it, I'm just not going to utilize it anymore, is I was producing like a lot of Minecraft and like kind of other videos that I just wasn't really pleased with, and I was censoring myself in the process, and you know, I just don't want to have to worry about like not cursing or not being able to talk about some sort of adult content, because the Minecraft community is just a lot of kids, really, to be honest. There's a lot of adults, but there was just a lot of content that I was making, and it was being kind of geared towards an audience that I didn't necessarily want to entertain, but I was getting sucked into it anyways. And it's not like I was getting very far. I only had like 45 subscribers, which I appreciated. So if you're coming from my other channel and you're coming to this one, thanks. I appreciate you following me through the journey here, and I hope you can get some sort of enjoyment out of this channel as well. But so the things that are going to be changing is, maybe I'm going to curse, maybe I'm going to talk about adult content. I'm not going to be like showing you nudes or anything like that. That would be ridiculous. But if there's gonna be something that I want to say or talk about or confess or whatever, I'm gonna just do it here, and I don't really care if you don't like it. So that kind of moves me into my next topic, which is going to be, if you're going to come down here and leave a comment down below, that's awesome. I don't care if you do or don't. If you do, I appreciate it, I guess. I guess I care a little bit. So, but if you are going to leave a comment, don't leave a bunch of toxic garbage, because I'm just going to delete it. So that being said, the comment section is going to be for discussions. If I'm asking you a question or something like that, it's going to be down below. You can continue the discussion there, because that's your way of communicating with me. And I encourage you to leave comments. But if you're going to just leave insults or whatever, I'm just going to delete you. Now, that being said, if we're having an argument or something and you disagree with me, I'm not going to delete you just because you disagree with me. I don't believe in censorship. I just don't believe in having a toxic community where other people can't feel free to say or do what they like. Maybe later on if the channel just explodes, which is unlikely. I guess maybe I won't be able to control all of the negativity in the comments below, but I'm not gonna set up a Reddit page. I know a lot of bigger YouTubers and stuff, they do Reddit, and that's where they have their forums. We're not gonna do all that. It'll just be down in the comments. So I think I can safely digress away from the comments. Oh, no, I have one more thing. So when I was talking about I don't believe in censorship, but if you have something to say, if you disagree with me, or if you have some sort of evidence to the contrary or of whatever I'm saying, fine. Like, put it down there. I support it. If you have somehow, like, you have some sort of information that supports whatever you're saying, I appreciate that. If you know, well, if you ask the people that know me, which you probably can't because you don't know the people that know me, you don't even really know me at this point because there's not even a video on my channel yet. This is going to be the first one. And I do tend to kind of be stubborn until somebody provides substantial evidence to, disprove me. I think that should be good, right? Like, if it's an opinionated thing, that's fine. Put your opinions down there. I don't really, you can't prove or disprove an opinion. Although I will say that I support the idea that some people have opinions that are developed due to incorrect facts. So you can have an incorrect opinion if it's based on something that's, founded in, not fact. Like, for instance, okay, if you're going to sit there and say, like, you don't believe in evolution or something crazy like that, like, fine, whatever, you can say that, but you're an idiot because you just should. Because it's a widely accepted scientific fact. So, like, that's the kind of thing. So if you're going to go down there and just try to disagree with me, fine, whatever. I'm not going to delete your comment, but if you go down there and you just be like, well, you're a God-hating, like, asshole or something, I'm just going to be like, you're a moron, and I'm going to delete your comment. So I hope the people that will stick around will appreciate that, because I don't want that garbage in my my comment section. And, whatever. So, up until this point, I've been pretty serious. So, and the channel banner says, don't take me seriously. So, I should probably not take myself too seriously, in the sense that I really am never serious. I may say things sometimes that come across as serious, but I have a pretty lighthearted approach to everything. So, it should be fine. And if you're still watching this Isaac video, I'm watching along with you. I just want you to know, like, this is crazy. I just want you to understand that I will probably be doing gameplay videos, but I won't have them pre-recorded most of the time. Like I said, this was just some content that I had recorded, but I didn't have commentary for, so I decided to take the time here to have more directed commentary for the first video. I just wanted it to be, I don't know, something a little more serious. So we're gonna follow along. I don't know how long I'm gonna talk here. This may even be recorded in segments because I'm running out of things to say already, and this video is like 30-40 minutes long or something crazy, so I don't expect you all to like stick around and watch this. So maybe we can just talk about other stuff later on. What else do I want to talk about specifically with the channel? Look, yeah, like, there will be humorous stuff, and there will be times when I'm not so humorous, I guess is the point. That's like any channel. I don't really mind if you think I'm funny or not, because I think I'm hilarious. So I'm going to laugh at my own jokes a lot, and hopefully I'll laugh at yours. I like to have kind of interactive type stuff, so maybe, I don't know if I'll do like streaming later on. I have messed with Twitch in the past, and it's fine. I don't mind it. The thing is, with Twitch, I find myself like over talking or talking too much and just like not really saying anything of importance. So I don't really want to get into that rhythm, because that's what was happening to my videos too. I would just record a bunch of gameplay, and I would just be talking nonstop because I felt like any silence or any like still air, I guess, white noise in the video is just boring. Oh my god, I'm just getting hit a lot here. Whatever. I don't want to have that. If I find myself not having something to say, maybe there'll be a moment of silence. Just keep watching what's going on. I'm not going to just like stand still. I'll keep playing a game, or I'll keep going forward. That's another thing is, when I started out my other channel, I was using like copyrighted music and whatnot, and I want to get away from that. None of my videos were monetized or anything like that, so it's not like I was trying to fish for money or anything. It's just I want to kind of learn how to make my own music. I just don't know the programs right now. Like right now I use Fraps and Audacity to record the games and the audio. And I hope that the audio quality is decent here. If not, I'll probably just end up re-recording this. So that was sort of pointless to say, actually. So if you're listening to this, it means that the audio is probably good, and I just kept it. I try to keep the quality decent, and I try to keep my videos in 1080p. I have a stronger computer. I sunk some money into it. I was in the military for a while, and I got out. But in the process of getting out, I started heading to college, and I wanted to have a good computer for school, so I built my own computer, and I've never done that before, and I was pretty excited to do it. I was actually a Mac guy before, like an Apple computer. I had a MacBook and a Mac Mini, and I have an iPad and all that. And so, like, I like their mobile products. I love my iPad. I think it's fantastic. I know that I had an Asus tablet at one point in the past, but it sort of, like, fell apart. So, anyways, I'm just sort of, hopefully you're learning a little bit more about me in the process here, but that's kind of all this is. I'm just going to keep going for a while now. I've kind of said all that I'm going to say about the channel. Maybe something will trickle in later on, but I just want to keep up, you know, what's happening here. And hopefully you enjoy. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, look, I was talking about comments earlier, but I wasn't talking about, like, subscribers or likes or whatever. I'm not going to dig or ask you for likes or comments. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it. I don't really care. I don't understand when people just go on and dislike things. If I mean, I get the point. Like, I understand the concept of disliking videos, but I don't understand the point when it's just like, well, this guy's annoying, dislike, and then and then they just leave or whatever. Like, people, I've been called annoying by a lot of people, and then by a lot of people I've been called, you know, funny or whatever. So I'm not super concerned either direction, but it's one of those things that's just kind of always baffled me. I feel a little flabbergasted, I guess, as they say. Nobody says flabbergasted. I don't know what I'm talking about, but man, look at that. I'm using freaking the airstrike here to find a secret room. I feel like a pro. Oh, if you're coming to this channel and you expect, like, pro gameplay, by the way, I'm basically terrible at almost every game. I love playing games, but I'm, like, really bad until I put, like, 1,000,000 hours into something. So, you know, teach their own, I guess. But like, I play games like, what kind of games do I play? Let's talk about that. I play Binding of Isaac. I've been hooked on Binding of Isaac for a while now. I've got, like, over 100 hours in this game. I'm still bad. But, you know, if you guys want to see, I'm kind of intending to do at least, like, a normal playthrough of Binding of Isaac. I'd like to fill out the postcard on everything. The only thing is, I don't really know if people are interested in seeing every run, or if they want to see you know, just the ones where I win, or just the ones with fun synergy. I intend to, if I spend more than, like, 20 minutes on a run, then I'll probably put it up at first until somebody tells me otherwise. But it's not really a big deal. If you guys don't want to see that, fine. Don't watch those videos if I put them up there. But I'm probably just going to produce whatever I feel like, because that's supposed to be what this is. It's supposed to be an outlet, right? Like, I'm not doing this as a source of income. I'm doing this as a way to confess, or like, just kind of, like, open my mind. Because I feel like a lot of people just need an outlet for somewhere to communicate, somewhere to kind of, like, let loose. And this gives me that outlet, and that's why like I said, that's why I'm getting away from the other channel, because I felt like I was having to censor myself as time went on, because I started getting involved in, like, a Minecraft community, which is, you know, but a younger audience, you know, and I don't want to be a role model. I'm nobody's role model, man. I'm the opposite of a role model. I lie and deceive and trick people regularly. I don't steal. I guess you could say I, like, steal information sometimes. Not, like, hacking into their computers or whatever, but if you, like, learn something about it, like, who knows what I'm talking about, okay? If you know what I'm talking about, just let me know. But you know, like, you learn something about somebody, and it's just, you kind of put that in your little bank, you know? And you just keep it there in case you don't know what you're going to need it for. Hopefully you never need it, right? You don't want to have to, like, use information against somebody, but that's just stuff that I do, and I'm trying to get away from that because I know it's not the nicest thing to do, but I don't really feel one way or the other about it. But I know that people don't like being manipulated, but that's like what I've done my whole life. In the military, I was an interrogator, so I guess the skill suited me there. It's not like I was expert or anything, but you know, like getting information from people was what I did. So it kind of sucks when you get a skill like that. I guess they say a lot of military skills don't transfer to the civilian world, but that's one of them. That's definitely a big one. I know that like infantry guys complain because they end up as you know, like bodyguards or police officers or something. There's just not a lot that your skills can transfer to, which kind of sucks, you know? But what are you supposed to do, really? You just kind of do as much as you can with your life, and till death, not today, right? I've been watching Game of Thrones. I started watching Game of Thrones today again. If you guys like Game of Thrones, man, I will talk about Game of Thrones all day. Don't give me any spoilers, though, okay? So this is how I am, right? I like the I started reading the books, and I immediately, like, in the first book, I started noticing information that digressed. Well, I suppose the movies, or the HBO series digressed from the books. So what I decided to tell myself was, I'm not going to read the books until after the series is done, which is a little crazy, and that's going to confuse people. But give me a chance to explain myself, okay, man? Don't rush me. So I like the series so much that I want to be surprised. I don't want to ruin the TV show, if that makes any sense, right? I don't want to be expecting something and then it not show up or something like that. And I know that the books will be good. Everybody I've talked to that's read the books has said that the Game of Thrones books are great, right? So I intend to read them. I just want to wait until after. So wait until after I've seen the show, because I like the show. And if you like a show, why ruin it, right? The books will always be good, but the show is only going to be good, or be as good as it can be, if you kind of don't know what's going on. I read that the cast members, like a lot of the cast members, don't read the books because they don't want to know what happens to their own characters, which is kind of cool if you think about it. Interesting acting mindset. I always thought being an actor would be a cool job, but, you know, how do you just become an actor? You start a YouTube channel, and then and it just happens. No, that's probably not it, but, you know, that's what I don't know. I'm going to college now. I'm studying, well, I'm in my first semester, but I like I said, I got out of the military so I could go to school. And, man, there are times when I think that going to college just feels like a waste of time. And I know it's not. I know that it helps a lot of people. And, I'm probably going to get some hate for that, but that's fine. I don't know. My opinion on universities are, I completely understand the necessity to, like, get an education, get the diploma so you can get the money. Bachelor's gets you the job, master's gets you the money, doctorate's for your own personal pride or whatever, right? But, man, does it feel like a drag when you're sitting there and you have to, like, sit through something that you just, like, know how to do? Like, English class is something that I've always hated. I have always hated English class. And it's really just because it's just boring to me. Like, I don't understand the point of reading something and then writing about it and then sharing what you read with other people. And some people get a kick for it, you know? Like, I thought writing a book would be cool, and I understand if you want to write a book or something, then go ahead, man. You got to have, you know, writing skills. You should get people to look at it and stuff, and, like, I understand that, but I don't have the desire to write anything. Like, there are skills like math that I think everybody needs to have, and somebody's going to disagree with me there, but, like, math it teaches you simple problem solving, right? It teaches your mind to solve problems. Does everybody need to know, you know, the third level of calculus and logarithmic equations? Probably not, right? But if you're an accountant, if you're an engineer or something, yeah, you should probably know what calculus is because you're going to use it all the time. But algebra and stuff like that, that's just problem solving. That's just, you know, taking external variables and deciding what you're going to do with it. Man, look at that. This is another secret room that I found here. I'm like a pro at this game. You know, so you take the knowledge and you apply it somehow, and then all of a sudden you're with, like, you get into college and you just got to take a bunch of extra courses that are just terrible. English is specifically the one that I, like, hate. I just hate writing essays because I just don't understand the point. I'm in a rhetoric class right now where we write about like the rhetoric used. So say you were analyzing this video, right? You would say this guy uses he's trying to establish his credibility by saying he's going to be straightforward and trying to explain himself in this channel, blah blah blah. Well, why is he doing that? Who is his intended audience, and why is it as effective for him to talk like this, blah blah blah. It's just so boring. I don't know, that's probably interesting to somebody, but let me tell you, it is boring to me. I find like zero enjoyment out of that, and I have to do it, and it just kind of sucks. Like, does anybody ever just get the urge to just kind of like walk away? I don't want to die, right? Like, I would never kill myself because I enjoy being alive. But, man, sometimes I just hate being part of society. And so it would be nice if I could just, like, disappear. Like, how cool would it be to just kind of walk away for, I don't know, a year? Just, like, get on the road and see. I bet you it would be terrible and tough, and you'd be cold, and maybe you get frostbite on your toes or something. But I tell you what, that sort of experience would stick with you for your entire life, because you would forever remember the value of things. I don't know. I feel like I've lost respect for the value of certain things. I see it a lot in people where they don't understand the value of money, or they don't understand the value of having a roof over your head or having food. Do you ever like look in your pantry and you have shelves of food? There's like canned food and you have Triscuits or whatever, you know. And like nobody is sitting there going, man, you know what I really want right now? Rosemary Triscuits. No, you can only eat like 3 of those and then your mouth goes dry and you just want to like go drink a gallon of water. But you know, that's another thing. Having water, clean water, just come out of your sink. Who refuses to drink tap water? Now, if you refuse to drink tap water and it's like unsafe for you to do so because your tap water may contain like some crazy lead or something, that totally makes sense. Use a filter. But people that refuse to drink tap water because they just think it tastes weird, like I live in Colorado, you know, our tap water comes straight off of like the mountains. Like the snow melts and we get water, and it's pretty pure. And, like, people buy glacial water, you know, or people buy mountain spring water and things like that. And we get that straight into our faucet, and people refuse to drink it because it tastes weird or whatever. You can only drink Fiji. And I like Fiji water. Don't get me wrong, right? Fiji water is delicious. I was skeptical at first, and then I had Fiji water, and it was like drinking a koala's blood. It was so good. And, by the way, I don't support drinking blood, but whatever. It was fantastic, but I'm not going to, like, exclusively drink Fiji water because it tastes different than tap water. Does that make sense? It should make sense. I feel like I'm being pretty straightforward here. Man, this guy is just going on and on about tap water, and I was talking about the value of things, right? So you leave your home, you leave everywhere, and you just, I don't know, go out and kind of, like, live on the road. All you would need, right, is a good backpack. So how much would it cost, really? Like, a good backpack that can carry everything that you're going to need is probably going to cost you $100 to $200, right? If you want to go super fancy and get like Arc'teryx, which I love Arc'teryx products. I think they're fantastic. But then you want like a tent, because I think like a tent is a solid investment. A good tent, not like a little $20 Target tent, but a good durable tent, as well as, oh man, that was bad damage. As well as like a sleeping bag, right? You want a sleeping bag that's good for multiple weathers, or multiple weathers. What am I saying? Multiple types of weather. You know, rain, snow. You want to be warm. You want to be able to be dry. And so that's what the tent and the sleeping bag for. I think you could even get by without having a tent if you just had a sleeping bag, right? I don't know. Maybe that's what this is how I view things. And then you want like access to food. And so that's the biggest thing, right? Is once you have shelter, it comes food. But where do you get your food from? Like, I think it's surprising how generous people can be, and I think that people underappreciate the value of foods like rice, where you can buy a lot of rice. I think you can probably buy like maybe a 3 or 4 month supply of rice for what, $20? You know, $20, and like that's it, man. You've got rice. I mean, rice is food. Rice will fill you up. I mean, are you gonna get like super full and feel great? Probably not, right? But you'll have calories and you can survive. The other thing is like nutrition, right? So you'd want to get like, I think if you were going to take it seriously, if you have the luxury of planning it out before you go on your journey abroad and by abroad I mean just like on the streets or whatever, is like multivitamins. Because you want to be, once you have calories, if you have the calories that come from rice or potatoes or something like that, that are cheap, high-calorie foods, after that you just need like vitamins, nutrition, right? And you can get that by just getting like a year's supply of vitamins. And I think that'll probably be like the next priciest thing after the tent and the sleeping bag. Because this is going to cost you like a couple $100, I think, to have a year's supply of vitamins. But, you know, if we're planning out, we got to play it safe, right? So after that, what do? You just pack up. You take about 5 changes of clothes and a fire starting kit. You can get the name brand Bear Grylls magnesium stick, or you could actually learn some skills because YouTube exists. And you know what else I would take? I would invest in this just because I have luxury of like time and forethought. Is I would get a solar charger that like powers USB products, so I could take my phone and my iPad with me, right? And after that, what do? It's kind of like planning out where do you want to spend your time. Do you just walk out your door and go? Well, no, because you got to like worry about rent or whatever. If you have an apartment, like you got to worry about making sure, are you leaving your roommates? Like make sure they're taken care of. You don't just like abandon somebody. That would be messed up, man. And I don't believe in like sabotaging somebody just to for your own pleasure, right? Like if somebody has a business, or when you start taking money away from people, like that's when it's like messed up. And I'm sitting here saying that like it's totally possible to survive with little to nothing. That's fine, but I'm not trying to like force that onto somebody else or like people that want to live in an apartment. Like you don't like sabotage their ability to live safely and comfortably, right? So like my girlfriend lives with me. I wouldn't just like leave her and say like, well, deal with rent for the next 6 months, whatever. Like figure it out. What am I like? That would be one of the worst things you could do to somebody, I think. So, yeah. You know, and then you just like go. I would probably, you know where I would do it? I would either do it in like Southern California or Hawaii. I would like buy a ticket to Hawaii and just go. Because how hard is it to be, you know, homeless in Hawaii? There's probably like somebody in Hawaii that's probably like, do we have a huge homeless population? It's a big problem. Like I wouldn't want to be homeless in DC because like somebody will murder you, right? But in Hawaii, somebody gonna murder you? Or you're just gonna like go camp out on the beach every day, you know? And like, is it that bad? Like, is it really that bad to like go live on the beach for a while? I know in California they have cops that kind of like kick people off, but one of the interesting things, I lived in Germany for a couple of years, and we went to, buddy and me, we went to Oktoberfest in Munich, or München, as I don't know, the Germans would say, but we went there and it was terrible. Like we were wearing lederhosen, it was crazy. Okay, we were wearing lederhosen and we're like stumbling back from Oktoberfest. This is not proud. Like, don't go get like hammered and like think you're cool or whatever. Like, we drank way too much that night, and it was somewhat embarrassing, right? At least I drank way too much. He had less than I did, but I drank way too much, and I was a little ashamed of myself for my behavior. But that's fine, right? Like, you live and learn. If you do something terrible and you don't learn a lesson from it, that's when it's like a bad idea. But if you do something and you mess up and you learn from your mistakes, then is it really such a bad thing? I think the smartest people in the world have made the most mistakes. That's personally what I think. Because that's separating the line between common sense or whatever. But anyways, we're walking back, and we had like nowhere to stay. I mean, we just got on a train and went to Munich one weekend, and we were just gonna like take the train back the next morning. Like, our idea was we'll just stay up all night at Oktoberfest, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were through, right? And so we slept in the train station, and so like 6 o'clock rolls around, and the Polizei, which is German for police if you don't know that, the Polizei come through, and they just tell us like, hey, they're walking back all chipper. I mean, there's, I don't know, maybe like 50 other people sleeping in the train station that are all like from Oktoberfest, and so I had like my face in a locker. I was sleeping inside of a locker on a shoe. It was crazy. Like, it was not my most proud moment, and it was not the best night's sleep. Let me tell you that. And I was definitely thirsty. We woke up and got like pretzels and stuff. But the Polizei come by and they're just like, "Guten Morgen," you know, just like, "Good morning," and they kicked me in the leg. And they're like, hey, you got to get up and get out of here now. I was like, oh, man. Okay, so we started moving around. But it was fine. Like, they didn't come arrest people because they know what was going on. Like, it's a huge festival, right? But around 6 o'clock, you know, that's when people start going to work and whatnot. And, like, there's business that has to be had. And that's fine. Like, that's what's going to happen, you know? It's cool. Like, they just said, you can sleep here, but you can't, like, stay here all day. You got to get out of here, you know? If you're homeless or if you're whatever. But they gave us like a place to sleep, right? That was the benefit, is there was a place to sleep. That was indoors. It was, I mean, not warm or anything, but we also could have like brought a jacket with us. I mean, it's not like we didn't have jackets. But yeah, and so it was fine. I mean, my most proud moment? No, absolutely not. But it did work out in the end, and like we didn't end up in jail just because we were sleeping in a train station. So that's how I view it, okay? Anyways, I'm just saying, like, the states could use a place like that. Like, how hard would it be to have a place where you can, like, just allow people to sleep? Because, man, it sucks when you're, like, driving past and there's, like, parks that are known as, like, homeless parks. Like, there's one here in downtown Colorado Springs that you just don't go near because that's where all the homeless people go, right? And so you don't know, like, people are a little afraid of homeless people, but whatever. They're their own community, and, like, we're not going to hate on them. But, man, this donation machine was super generous by allowing me to donate, like, $1 million here on this first run. That's pretty awesome. 85 coins, wow. I had forgotten about that, so I'm just sorry. But yeah, it sucks when there's like homeless parks. Like I read that DC has like one of the worst homeless populations, and the thing is it's not pleasant to be homeless in DC. Like there are a lot of people with mental issues, you know. That's why they're homeless, because there's like a high like mental disability population in. I was having really good luck with secret rooms here too, but in DC, and like you can't trust those guys because they're not mentally stable. You know, I'm not saying you should just go out and trust like homeless people all the time, but you got to be aware that, you know, the potential for something terrible to happen to you is there, right? So, anyways, that's how I view the situation here. And I was gambling a lot here, using the blood bank, huh? Just gaining that cash, getting that money. Gimpy's paying out too. Look, I kind of like forgotten this run. I just remember it being like somewhat good. As you can see, we already unlocked like what, Magdalene, Lazarus, and Judas, I think. No, we didn't get Judas. We got no, Lazarus and Cain. That was the one with all the money. So pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm probably going to be continuing this file. That's why I have this one. And from now on, when I'm playing it, it'll be live commentary, and it'll be something that is a little bit more fluid. By the way, look, if I record, like, I may record 3 episodes in one day. Okay, so if I'm making a mistake playing a game, if I like for 3 episodes in a row, look, don't hate me, okay? Like, I've just got to like catch up, okay? I will be going back and like looking at comments and stuff. So, and if you guys have advice or anything like that, or if you like, for instance, in Binding Isaac, you know how an item works? Because I don't know how all the items work. I don't like look up damage multipliers that are 1.2 plus or anything like that. It's not worth my time, in my opinion. And if you do that, that's cool. Like, I'm not trying to say don't do it. That's how you play games. I just don't take games that seriously. Especially something like Binding of Isaac, where it's like permadeath all the time. You know, it's a roguelike, you know? So I like those games that kind of have a temporary nature. A buddy of mine says that video games are his version of reincarnation, because it allows him to kind of live vicariously through these characters and whatnot. And that totally makes sense to me. I love kind of like RPG type games, not like Japanese ones where it's like turn-based stuff. I'm not a big like turn-based RPG. Like I love Dark Souls. I love Kingdom Hearts. I would love to play Bloodborne, but I don't have a PS4, so man, I would love to get a PS4. I'm sort of just waiting or hoping that there's a port in the future. That's another thing is like Grand Theft Auto 5. I've got that on PC, and I intend to play that. So you may see like a couple of one-off videos there. I've just been doing a lot of like the online stuff. So if I get into some shenanigans, maybe I'll hit record and I can share that with you guys. So that would be fun. It would be pleasant, at least, for me to explore that option. I've heard that the GTA 5 like director's mode is spectacular, and I would love to learn how to use it. As of right now, I haven't messed with it at all, and I think you have to play with like the storyline to be able to like use the characters and that. So you gotta like get all the characters unlocked so that you can make cool videos and whatnot. I saw the one jogging one on well, that was bad. I saw the one jogging video on I don't remember what channel it was. Look up like GTA 5 Running Man, I think is what it was called. And it's got like Trevor, and he's like running in slow motion and stuff. I mean, it's pretty amusing. It looks awesome, by the way. I mean, the quality is spectacular. So the guys did a fantastic job on that, and I would really like to kind of learn how to use that. I'm not gonna make any promises that like I'm going to do that, and but who knows? And I may play Minecraft at some point again. If you see a Minecraft video, don't expect like a series. I was playing a map. What's it called? Vestige Survival. I'm giving you a lot of clues here on how to find my other channel, but I was I was doing a playthrough and I started getting a weird bug, and so I wasn't getting any support from like the map creators, so I just decided I was not going to continue it. And I sort of lost my motivation when that happened, because it was just kind of like, man, I'm sitting here doing this, and like it's a lot of time. I mean, editing and getting your audio and everything correctly is just, it's time consuming, right? And I see how this is a job for people, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and this is not my job, so I don't have to put that much time in. So videos will probably be somewhat irregular. I'm not going to have like a set schedule. I'm not going to have like a routine or anything. That's why even when I have a series, you know, you might see 3 episodes in a week. You might see 1 based on my school schedule. And like this summer, I've got to get a job and whatnot. So because I won't be in class, so I'll have to work. You know, gotta pay them bills. Like right now, I'm going on the GI Bill, so it's kind of nice, like, to be able to, you know, pay for my habits. I can play games and stuff and just concentrate on school, even though I'm like hating it right now. I thought it would be more fun than it is, but I tell you what, I am not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. And that's my own fault. Like, I know I need to probably make it fun. I need to make it my own, but ugh, it's just, it's a drain. It's a drain doing stuff that you're not interested in doing. But yeah. So anyways, guys, this is kind of like the whole video here. You can see the end cutscene. I'll show you that this is indeed a fresh file. That Isaac, or the mom kill, won't even count because it's like the first one. But it was pretty solid. Ended up unlocking a bunch of characters, so I look forward to trying to like fill out the post-it note on everybody. And if you guys want to see my other file, I will be more than happy to show you. I may have other stuff coming out this week. I'm not going to make any promises, but thank you for stopping by. If you watched this whole video, if you really stuck through, I'm impressed. And if you're returning later on, you coming from somewhere else in the channel, I appreciate everything that you did. And I appreciate your continuing support. Because I know I'll find supporters. It's not that hard to find people that will be willing to watch you, as long as you provide some sort of quality entertainment. And if you ever have suggestions or ways for me to improve, or if you want to like help me make new channel art or things like that, you know, I would love your support. I look forward to kind of having you stick around, and I would love to build a small community of friends through this medium, I guess. So there you go. Got Isaac, got Cain. We didn't get an Eve, it looks like, and we got Lazarus, so pretty awesome. We'll probably, like, it'll take me forever to unlock Samson, because I told you I'm terrible. But, so yeah. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and I will talk to you later.